Atheist Roundtable, a gathering place for rational people.
Funny pictures and videos.
Profound atheist quotes.
The religious going crazy.
The latest news.
World domination.
Casual discussions.
Baby eating.
The ultimate forum for a lively dialogue. Come join the fun at atheistroundtable.com.
Hello Infidels, this is OnStar reporting for AtheismTV. For videos about my views on news, politics, religion, and more, go to the OnStar channel. For information and news about atheism, keep it right here on AtheismTV. Formula One race faces backlash in Bahrain. In Bahrain, anti-government protesters have been clashing with security forces since the Arab Spring swept across many countries in this part of the world last year. At the source of these difficulties is the fact that the country is composed of a majority of Shia Muslims, ruled by an elite Sunni minority. The Shia also face economic and political discrimination at the hands of the Sunni elite. Meanwhile, those same rulers believe the uprising is supported by neighboring Iran. In 2011, the Bahrain Grand Prix was cancelled due to safety concerns arising from the protests, and thus resulted in international embarrassment and enormous losses of tourism income. This year, anti-government protesters sought to use the race again in order to focus international attention on their calls for political reform and the government's human rights abuses. Protesters demanded that this year's race be cancelled. When that did not happen, riots broke out. After it put down the protests, security forces were accused of using excessive force, torture, and killing protesters. Watergate felon and prison Ministries founder Chuck Colson dies. Former Nixon presidential aide Chuck Colson died at the age of 80 because of complications from a brain hemorrhage. Best known as the evil genius of the administration, Colson was also dubbed a master of dirty tricks by the Washington Post in 1972. Following the infamous Watergate scandal, Nixon's hatchet man was the first person sentenced to prison. While serving a 7-month sentence for obstruction of justice, the Watergate felon saw the light and became a born-again Christian. He also found the inspiration to start the Prison Fellowship Ministries. This ministry immediately met constitutional challenges because it uses state facilities to promote one particular religion. In 2005, Time magazine named Colson one of the 25 most influential evangelicals in America. As the author of over 20 books, he was a staunch conservative who vigorously opposed same-sex marriage and the reproductive rights of women. Florida's Governor Jeb Bush restored his civil rights fully in 2000. He also called him a great guy and a great Floridian. To that end, Chuck Colson never apologized for his misdeeds during the Nixon administration. He felt that God used his Watergate experience to raise up a ministry that is reaching hundreds of thousands of people. Is the infamous Pastor Terry Jones back to his old habits? On Saturday, April 28th, Pastor Terry Jones finally did what he had only threatened to do back in 2010. That is, burning several copies of the Quran along with an image of the Prophet Muhammad. What was the reason behind this act described as evil by Islamists around the world? According to the preacher, it was to protest the incarceration of the Christian priest Yusuf Naharkhani in Iran. Naharkhani was arrested in 2009 under the charge of apostasy, or deconversion from Islam. In Iran, this offense is punishable by death. However, these charges were changed to rape and extortion after the case gained attention of the Western media. Ultimately, Naharkhani is nowhere closer to being freed, and Iran's foreign ministry has even gone so far as to condemn Pastor Jones' actions and urge the United States government to prevent future occurrences of the offense. The Iranian government has also jailed his lawyer, leaving the priest without any legal defense.